So I get a phone call from a guy up in Maine, and he goes, "Hey, I do the slaughter cattle." And he goes, I need one of your screens with a vibrator on it, and we're going to run cow guts across there."
That
And I'm
makes
like,
sense.
"What?" And so, and I said, "So how do you do that?" And he goes, "Well, we take if you ever gutted a cow or elk or deer or anything like that, you know that if you open up that big old gut bag, there's a lot of grass and whatever they're eating is in there. So they wanted to screen that out when they make use it for fertilizer. I guess it's really super good fertilizer
It would be.
compost. They could make a compost with
Huh?
it. So they go through so many of them. So I'm like, yeah, okay, So we ended up selling one. The next day, I get a phone call from a guy in Washington State, and he asked for the same exact thing. And I go, "So you know this guy up in Maine? Did he tell you?" And he goes, "No, man." He goes, "Did somebody else call about this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I sold two of them within 2 days for the same exact thing. I've never sold another one since like that.
Now my marketing brain kicks on and goes, "Did you talk about it so that way when someone searches for it, you come up?
Right? Yeah. It's like
Did you write the blog about it? Did you do the video? Did you do all the pieces to make all that connect together?"
That's true. Yeah. Need to.
And
No, we haven't really done that, but
see, now that's another one for you to write down and go, "We need to
yeah,
talk about that because that might
yeah,
be a whole market." So
yeah.
I
That
grew up.
would, yeah.
So I grew up here in Greeley, Colorado, which when I was a kid, Montfort was a big piece. It's now, I think it's JBS now. Was Swift. So part of me growing up, one of the tours I did with the school for a field trip was we went to the Montfort Slaughterhouse.
All right.
I mean, I can't imagine a group of fourth or fifth graders now going to a slaughterhouse. I can't imagine my 10-year-old telling me that's what she was doing for the day. But we did this as a field trip to see how it all worked.
Yeah.
And they had all these different floors that were set up. So they'd bring them in. They had the kill floor, and there was these metal floors with the holes inside of them, and stuff would fall through and it'd be
Oh,
used in different, so that way they could reuse it in each area. One
yeah.
area was, we're doing steaks, we're taking it to this process, and as everything dropped down, that's where dog food and all that stuff came from.
Uh-huh.
But so if you think about that, stuff hits that floor. If you cause vibration inside that floor, it would also, which you're probably naturally getting from people walking on it, that's
Right.
probably what causes all those separation pieces. So when
Uh-huh.
you were talking about that, I was thinking about that. I haven't thought
Yeah.
about that in years of going into that building. I've tried
Yeah.
to block that out of my brain.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Now, I'd be kind of curious if they're using screens inside of there. There's a good friend of mine, and he's been a client of mine for years, and that's what his specialty is.